Paul McBlain is in charge. And Newcastle running from right to left as Andrew John sends it down to the St George goal line, and Colin Ward is the first back to meet them. 3 Newcastle defenders. And now this is Daniel Wagon coming away from the left wing. Brown going down the blind, St George, which they do just outside the St George 30-metre line. Fletcher, he got through the tackle of Brown. He was pulled down by Pearson. Clements for Matthew Johns. He goes behind a running forward, picks up Butterfield. And Butterfield, there's a penalty. McBlain playing the advantage. Has penalised St George being inside the 10. Now he's advanced the mark. Well, that's absolutely stupid. You're under enough pressure giving a penalty 10 metres out, let alone inviting him to advance the mark. And there goes the kick. It's coming around nicely. There's the first point. Newcastle 2, the fans rise. Murphy coming off with the assistance of a trainer. We'll get a report on him from Steve in a moment. We'll stay with this. Hughes, the fullback, using Peden. The lock forward goes back, as met by Brown and Thompson. 2-0 in favour of Newcastle, a penalty at the 3rd minute. Butterfield taken down by Brown, but St George are penalised. Inside the 10 again, and he's given them a chance for another 2 right in front. So coming to the 10th minute, Andrew Johns from right in front on his home ground raises the flags. And Newcastle lead 4 points to 0. 9 minutes gone.
Last evening.
Ainscough drifting across. Oh, intercepted. Moody will score. Plucked it out of the air like an eagle hawk and ran 20 simple metres to put it down. Jason Moody scores first try for Newcastle.
And Jamie Ainscough looking for the wide cutout pass. Jason Moody sweating on it, plucked it out of the air. No chance that Darren Tracy or Lance Thompson were going to be able to stop him. And he takes it around to make 4 into 6.
They're a good club. They support, they travel. Johns, 3 from 3 from right in front. Up they go again, the blue and red one. Now 37 metres away on tackle number 5. Andrew Johns to the air, and it's a high kick, and the bounce will favour Newcastle, and Owen Craigie has scored for the Knights. Oh, it's like a chapter out of the Parramatta match. Come back to haunt them.
Well, you've got to feel sorry for the winger and the fullback for St George here. Andrew Johns under some sort of pressure. It goes out of shot, that's how high it is. No matter how fast or quick they were to get across, the bounce was an absolute shocker. Owen Craigie on hand. But you've just got to say that there wasn't much that St George could do about this. Great execution from Andrew Johns. All the players looking up in the air. And the bounce. Well, St George, they've got to be starting to think, is this going to be our day?
Well, as soon as the ball went up, they were betting hundreds. Blacklock getting to it.
Johns is 19 up, and he's 13 in. Took a kick from here earlier, had it spot on. This one, likewise, ditto. Another 2 points to Newcastle. They're ripping St George apart. Andrew Johns, a kick, he's looking to regather. He does regather. He kicks again, and it's still play on. Now it's back to St George and Bartram. Oh, the little magician.
It's great play, exciting games. You love to watch the big players in the big matches. There's none better than Andrew Johns. Super duper stuff. He was going to run, he saw that there was some space there, the little kick. This is a dud. He didn't quite get it, hit the ground. And out of the end of it, St George hung on to the
Now
football.
St George are making a break down the left of the ground. And away goes Mundine. Mundine, he's going in to score. Blacklock and Mundine operating down the left of the ground. And 16-4.
And to be any chance in this game, St George had to be the next point scorer. And they've done so, making a break on the far side. Good work here, stepping inside. And then plenty of support. Anthony Mundine on the inside. Mark Hughes trying to knock the ball down, the intercept. Couldn't do so. And the Saints are back in it. They've had no football in this game, or no quality football.
Convert the try scored by Anthony Mundine, and St George on the board. 16 points to 6 down after 24 minutes. Half-time 4 minutes away. Steve.
Well, the referee has been instructing the Newcastle players to get back to 10 metres. 4 penalties he's
Here's a
given away.
chance for Peden. Billy Peden, they've got him. Blacklock's pulled him down. 25 out from the St George line. Stay in the telephone booth, I'll be back to you now.
Yeah, 10 minutes, 10 for Rodwell.
Sin bin. It's against Matthew Rodwell. Clements, Matthew Johns, and he got a pass away, and Pinchinelli scores. Matthew Johns displaying the strength of the front row forward and the ball skills of the little Arthur Beetson.
And Paul Morton was just saying that David Wake would be happy with a 10-point deficit the way that his team played at half-time.
And Andrew Johns will not get them any easier than that one. His second from in front today, in fact his third. Fifth tackle gone now for Newcastle. Andrew Johns this time taunting them. The upright comes into play. Pinchinelli has claimed his second try.
Yeah, the only doubt in the referee's mind as to whether he's gathered the ball cleanly and got it down. And you've almost got to believe that Andrew Johns aimed for the post there.
Video referee has been called for.
That's a try.
Newcastle players confident that a try will be given, and there it is. So Neil Pinchinelli, I wonder how many times he has scored a double. Probably the first time for him, mesmerising the opposition at times. And this kick is a simple one for Andrew, so the lead for Newcastle is 28 points to 6 now. Runs into Butterfield, and Butterfield eventually pulls him down. 8 metres out from the line. Tracy and Butterfield have a little bit of a dust-up, and he's penalised Tracy. He's penalised Tracy.
He's put him in the bin.
And he's put him in the sin bin. It's not the first caution that McBlain has aimed at Darren Tracy. He got up. He wanted to go on with it with the marker. But here it is. And then Andrew Johns. So they decide to go for the kick across the ground. The bounce. Grogan. And the touchdown is set. He put a foot on the line. So he's going to turn it over.
Doesn't come any more razzle-dazzly than that, does it? Great stuff from the Knights. The crowd came here looking for some magic from their players today, and they're getting it. It was almost like, please someone score and put them out of their misery, St George. But they hung on. A gallant effort from the St George team.
Here's a break for Murphy. Not his first of the day. He turned Hughes around, and now it is Blacklock. Down it goes with Wagon. It was Mundine, not Blacklock, by the way. He backs up on the inside and puts it over the line. He gets his second try of the day.
Well, that was fairly razzly-dazzly. Great work from Lee Murphy. Made the bust up the centre, and the combination at the end from Mundine and the try scorer Wagon was tremendous. A couple of long-range tries from St George today. Beautiful effort from Murphy to run straight through the heavy going in the middle. He turns around Mark Hughes, takes on Moody, swivels around. Beautiful pass onto the chest of Mundine. He brings Wagon back inside, stays alive. Wagon commits Mark Hughes, and Mundine gets his second.
The Vorton exaggeration disease. Murphy, he started it, and then Mundine and Wagon finished it, and Murphy converts the try. Scored by Anthony Mundine. So, 28-12, Newcastle over Saints at the 58th minute. Mundine one more time. To the left for Jeff Hardy, and then Rodwell. Rodwell for Ainscough. Ainscough for Wagon. Yes! Wagon is over for St George. Well, as Paul said, they will not lie down.
No, and they making busts against Newcastle, and that must be a worry for Malcolm, really. Still got 13 minutes to go in this game.
28 to 16. He's got plenty of height on it. It's coming around, and it's there. Another 2 points to the Dragon. 28 points to 18 with 12 to go. They're about 5 metres now into Newcastle's territory. He's restarted the tackle count. Ainscow across, floating it for Tracy. Tracy piles on the power. He's got one to beat. Runs away from him and puts it down. Oh, Tracy will love this.
He will indeed. He's been 10 minutes in the sin bin, but he runs. He's a second rower, but he has played on the wing in the past. Just have a look at the speed here as we freeze it. That's Andrew Johns. He's the man to make the tackle because the winger will come out on his man. And just have a look when he puts the foot down. Too much acceleration for Andrew Johns, and then he goes around Mark Hughes beautifully as well.
Fantastic stuff there from Darren Tracy.
Still 3.5 minutes to go in the game. It's 28 to 22, and he's missed this. He put a great kick on it earlier from the same mound. 28-22, Stephen. And he plays it back for Clements. Clements puts a little kick in, and Thompson gets it away. Rodwell makes a half break. Craigie catches, passes. Peden gives it to Grogan. It went forward. So time will sound. Referee McLean acknowledges full time. And what looked like it might be a walk in the park in the second half for Newcastle has turned out to be quite a nerve-wracking experience. They win by 28 points to 22.